Okay, I've got you recording, so tell me something about this set. Where are we?
Well, we're on the set of Avenue Q. It's the original set from the Broadway run from the Vineyard. It is 1/3 the scale of an actual building, and that was on purpose so it's feasible that puppets and human beings would live in the same place together. I'm the head carpenter for Avenue Q. I've been here full-time we're coming up on 3 years in next month. So that's exciting. Having it drilled into me every single year that we go and we are the most professional and we have a work ethic and we have a standard that we have to adhere to. And that's something that has taken me from when I started all the way up to now, is that there is a standard that Salem State has instilled in me, a standard of excellence that I hold myself to and I hold the people that I work with to.
Hi, my name is Derek Michael DiGregorio, and I went to Salem State College, which was then Salem State College, now Salem State University, from 2000 to 2004. And I'm currently, right now, one of the stage managers on the Broadway production of Kinky Boots. And then Salem State came along when I graduated high school. A few of my friends years ahead of me in high school went to Salem State and highly recommended it. So I got a program from the college and went and visited and quickly fell in love with what I saw. My first Broadway show that I worked on was The Book of Mormon, and Kinky Boots was my second Broadway show. And I'm still here at Kinky Boots. One of the other things that I've done was I went on national tour. I've done 3 tours, 2 plays and 1 musical to date. The first thing I ever did at Salem State was on the stage crew of The Cherry Orchard. And so I was just moving props around, and of course that's when I saw what the stage managers were doing, and I knew exactly that was what I wanted to do.
You know, little fingers, they smell of sushi. And they always wear silk. They make no noise. They could creep up on you behind. It's so frightening.
And scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
We're backstage here at the Al Hirschfeld Theater now. This is the call desk where we call the show from. I'm one of 3 stage managers on the show. There's a production stage manager, there's a first assistant stage manager, which I am, and then there's a second assistant stage manager. We all have different tasks that we each do, and one of those tasks is obviously to run the show every night, and we all rotate the job that we do every night. So I will call the show 3 times a week, and I will run the deck 4 times a week, and I will get an office show 1 time a week to do any paperwork that I need to work on. So we call the show from backstage, so we can't see the show live. Most Broadway shows call the show from the wings, so all of it is called off of different television screens. The big screen in front is usually the wide color monitor, and I actually have a joystick here that can move around and zoom in if I need to look closer at things. Musicals have obviously a conductor and an orchestra, so we take cues off of our conductor. This is our conductor monitor. And these are 2 infrared monitors, so we are able to see in the dark, and I can change the angles of those cameras as well. We call light cues, but any scenic changes are called off of cue lights. So we warn the automation operators or anybody who's pulling a rope or pushing scenery with different color lights, and that correspond with different cues. So we will warn them, and then when the light goes off, when we flick the switch, then they execute the cue.
End.
It's an amazing community of artists doing what they love to do, and you're around those people all day long who love what they do and embrace what they do, and just it's just everybody is always happy because they have chosen something they love to do. And there's not a better feeling in the world to be in a community of people who are just love what they do.
Good. Hold for a minute.
Absolutely. We're at work most of the time. Most of our lives we're at work in this business. And in order to sacrifice going to family events and having weekends, you certainly have to love what you do. And everybody in this building certainly loves what they do because they come here and do it 8 times a week and sacrifice many of the things that other people have that we can't partake in. But because we love what we do, it doesn't matter.
So this is really part of the artistry that you were trained to love and
Yes.
to work at.
Absolutely.
And we're recording, so take it away.
Hi, I'm Costa Giannakopoulos, or Costa Nicholas as the stage name is now. We are in space that I built about a year ago at Matthew Corazine Studios. I took a giant empty room and made it into a 4-room theater. Why don't you come check out the office in the little studio. So I built this wall and the cross wall. This is where I built the table, desk from my coach there, put up these shelves from IKEA because everything comes from IKEA these days. And in here, what we call Studio B, little lounge, little interview room. Also, it's the lighting room for the main stage and the calendar. Got some upcoming productions, past productions up there. Mine's taken off, it's too late for that. Let's go check out the main space. Since graduating, I've moved straight to New York and I've hit the ground running. I've been pursuing everything I could. I've been doing theater, short films, student films, independent feature films, making my way into the TV world right now, and a lot of that, you know, has relations and ties with Salem. I just helped technical direct a show, an off-Broadway show that a Salem State alum was in, a Salem State alum that I graduated with, produced, so we're sticking together. My roommates are both friends and fellow graduates from Salem State, so everyone's got each other's back. It's pretty fun.
Lean forward.
So the number one thing I probably got from Salem State was really the passion and the family aspect of the department itself. You know, from the lower level, if you want to even call it that, of the students, you know, we all had each other's back. We all grew together. We all pushed each other. But then you go up and you have the professors who, you know, some of them were there to drive us and make sure we reach what where we need to be, what goals we're looking for. Then you had the others who would open up worlds in your mind that you wouldn't think of, but you had them there to do that for you. And you had some others who you could go and hang out with and have lunch with. Like, it really gave you a great sense of a family, of community, but as well as drive and purpose.
No, that's excellent.
I'd say a huge reason to go to Salem State over, you know, any other school with a theater department or accredited, whatever you want to call them. Salem State has one of the most solid theater departments that I've heard of, been encountered, friends of mine that have gone through different programs, and honestly, Salem sticks out because they have a level of professionalism unlike others I've seen. They really set you up for real world caliber productions. You know, you go to other colleges, it's a college show. You go to Salem, it's a professional environment. It's a professional production that you're going to be in. And just the drive that they have with the Irene Ryans, you know, they take it very seriously there because they want to push their students to be the best in their craft, and that's just a small but huge example of getting to that level.
I tell you what, we an inspired choice getting Luke into Salem State. Luke actually wasn't accepted for Salem State, but we didn't know that. And my wife Valerie turned up with him and she asked the question. She said, "When will we find out if he's going to be accepted?" And the guy's name, Nathan, was it? Nathan said, "Well, you should have already heard." And that means he hasn't been accepted. And
I dug, and I spoke to Nathan and I said, "This guy comes from another country. He's seen Di do the thing for theatre. He believes this is the place for him, and I believe it's the place for him. And boy, was it the best choice."
At the end of the day, you know, we didn't want Luke to get a degree. We wanted him to be working in the theatre because that's what he always wanted. And that's really what we aim for. And when we heard Dag say 80% of our students are still working in the theatre 10, 15, 20 years later, that's really what persuaded us. And you know what, it really was a fantastic choice.
So do you think that the program altered him, changed him as an adult?
Are you kidding? The program changed him in
The
so
guy
many
that
ways
went
you wouldn't
away to
believe.
Salem come back a different
He came
man.
back a different person, yeah. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
So you saw him tonight and We Were Children.
Yeah.
He's got one more performance. How did you feel about the performance tonight?
Choked up. Wonderful performance. I mean, that was such a powerful performance. Very, very moving.
Yeah. So proud.
Well, congratulations, you have an actor.
We certainly have. We've always had an actor. Since he was 3 years old, he's been a performer. He's been entertaining since he could stand, and he's still continuing to do it and getting better every day.
And Salem helped him with that path of becoming an actor.
Thank you so very much for your words.
How you doing? My name is Anthony Goes, class of 2006, Salem State. Back when it was just Salem State College and not the university. I'm here live in New York in my own dressing room at the Lynn Redgrave Theater doing a production of Simon Says, which I did about almost 2 years ago to this date in Boston, and before that in 2007 when we originated it. And so we're here in New York. I'm acting opposite Brian Murray, 3-time Tony nominee, inductee of the Hall of Fame of Theater. An amazing career and somebody that I am continuously in awe of as we perform each night. I'm also working with Jay Pension, who is the producer of this show and also a Salem State alumni. About me, I've been in New York now 2 years, and it's been a great time ever since. It feels like I just left Salem State, and that's not the case. But I've been continuously working as an actor, and here I am in New York making it happen.